Hello there, Rosie, blah, 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 blah. Rosie, Rosmeister, what's crack-a-lack and homegirl. Today I'm going to be taking you through your workout myself with a couple of little cues to try and help you advance a little bit more in your exercises. As it is that you're doing movements, I always figure that the more often that people do them, the more they start to build awareness at the level that they're at, and therefore can apply new cues to make the exercises more effective as time goes by. So here's two that I'm going to serve up for you today. The first exercises are going to be the same as what they were for this workout last week, which is going to be hip thrusts, and it's going to be band and pull apart. But here's going to be the slight difference. If you remember this foot screwing thing that we've talked about with when you're doing split squats, you want to start applying this to hip thrusts as well, because this rotational action of the leg is originated in the muscles of the glutes. So if we can do this, then we're going to get a better glute contraction when we come up to the top. So when you set up for your hip thrust, one strong band just above the knee, one strong band just below the knee. As you know, bring your feet in. And as you know, for your setup, you already want to start off with your knees a little bit outwards of the bands, so that we've already got pressure going on against them. But now you want to have big toe, little toe, and heel pressed into the floor. We want to screw your feet in, and you're probably going to feel like you'll come up into the arch of your feet a bit more. We're going to screw the legs into the ground right now, and as we're pressing up, we're going to keep that external screwing happening all the way. It won't make the hip thrust look much different, but you should feel a slightly different sensation, just a slightly stronger contraction. You might feel some funky things going on down the feet if you're not used to using those muscles there in that kind of way. When you get onto your pull aparts today, we're going to be doing the same kind of theory towards that as well. So when you grab hold of your band, instead of just thinking about pulling it apart today, think about getting your thumbs and turning them into the band itself. This is going to promote external rotation of the arm all the way down to the joint. So grab hold of the band, turn the thumbs into them, and then as we, can you see me there yet? As I pull the band out, I'm keeping those thumbs turned up towards the sky, and I'm actively turning against the band, trying to turn it all the way across the pull apart. After we get through those bad boys, it's onto your Superman bits and your squats. We're still going to be doing pause squats, but now we're going to be doing it with one of your dumbbells. So I would recommend starting off with your lighter dumbbell first and seeing how you get on. So we have your band, we have them a little bit below your knee or a little bit above your knee. It doesn't really make a huge difference. We're going to get your goblet squat, and we're going to sit yourself on down, and 1, 2, and push. 1, 2, and push. Now when we're doing your squats, something that you might want to be consciously aware of when you're doing these is like you keep your shoulders over the part of your foot there, like you keep your shoulders over the front part of your foot. But when you're squatting down, don't just think about dropping your hips down, think about pushing these knees forward and out. Like, you know that you want to be having them out, but if you push those knees forward a bit there, as you're sitting your weight down, might just make that a little bit cozier on the knee there. When we get into your Superman-y bits, I just wanted to go over with you about keeping your chest definitely planted against the ground. So I thought I'd just do one right next to the camera right now. Hope the camera can see me. Well, as long as you can basically see my head. But all I'm going to do here is I'm just going to literally put my head straight down into the ground and just keep your shoulders pulled back. So I'm going out from there, put them right down, boop, 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 boop. So I'll lift up at the end of the movement, but you don't want to try and keep lifted up throughout the entire movement. But you do want to keep the upper back pulled back as hard as you can do, which might mean that if someone is looking down at you, it might make it look like you are lifting up, but you're not. You're just squeezing your upper back and that chest is staying in contact with the floor. Boom! Then of course we have the mythical shoulder to shoulder press, which, if you do not remember, it is just one hand clasped directly over the dumbbell. Get them back there. Make sure that you pull those shoulders back, so if we can just see that from the side. We just want to make sure that you're not slumped forward there. We have the shoulders pulled back. The dumbbell tip will probably come onto your shoulder itself. Keep those elbows tucked in. And we want to press the dumbbell directly above your head until the biceps get to either side of your ears. Boom, straight up. But when you're doing this, don't try and extend your shoulders all the way up, as in like don't try and shrug your shoulders up to your neck. We just want to go straight arms. We don't need to bring the rest of the neck with it as well. You know what I'm saying? Then we drop it down to the other shoulder, bringing the elbows in front, straight up, bring it down and elbows in front. So that's straight up, elbows in front, making sure that we don't do one of those things. Boom. After you've done that, when you get into your split squats, I imagine you're going to be getting pretty badass at those things now. So if you can do a set of 15 on either leg with your body weight and you can get through the set, start trying to load it up now with a dumbbell. So, dumbbell there. Your stance whenever you get into this is already perfect, so I don't want to critique that thing at all. But when you're inside there, just make sure that your hips don't drift from one side or the other. Keep the dumbbell pulled and tight towards your chest. as you know, just drop them right down and press them right back up. Boom. Remember that tip that you learned about screwing your feet into the floor? And have a good time with those, amigo. Same kind of rep range is what we're aiming for. We're really looking at anything between like 10 to 15 reps, but let's say if you get to like 8 reps and it's burning, just record it. That's absolutely fine. We'll build on it next session. We're in no rush at all. So yeah, peace out, amigo.